Long ago, I was driven from my home. But I'd have died if I stayed. All would have been lost.
I see what you mean. Sometimes you have to withdraw. But did you win in the end?
Yes. I made a new future, and you can too. So never give up until your last breath.
Understood. Then no matter how hard things get, I'll believe that they'll turn out for the best.
So, this is what you call potpourri?
Doesn't it smell lovely? It would make me so happy if you began to enjoy this world. If I worried you the other day, Divine One, I sincerely apologize.
What happened to the highwaymen attacking those tea shipments?
We supplied funds to heighten the caravan's security. Then they let the thieves escape, which led our new security forces directly to their stronghold. I just came from giving the order to eliminate their base.
I see.
They are bandits, but they are still Pyrenees, and I have now signed their death warrant. I would do it again, without hesitation. No one, not one soul, can be suffered to violate Pyrenees' peace.
But it must have been a painful choice.
It wasn't. Anguish is one of the few privileges not afforded to those in my position.
I know you have to harden your heart. But you have a heart all the same.
Your empathy is appreciated. There is nothing I would not do to protect my kingdom. I would draw my blade for peace without hesitation. I have steeled myself for it all my life. Even so, I find no satisfaction in what must be done. I worry that is a mark of weakness in me.
That's not weakness. It's kindness. It's the same kindness that's reflected in the Pyrenees' character.
You are most generous, Divine One.
Shall I attend to your weapons and armor, Divine One?
No need. I've got time, so I'll take care of it myself.
Understood. Then I shall turn my attention to other tasks by your leave.
Thank you for being so diligent.
Of course, Divine One. It is nothing. Nothing at all.
Is something troubling you?
May I have but a moment of your time?
You may. What is it?
Some time back, Divine One, you spoke of how you and Queen Lumera are different people. Having served humbly beneath you both, I have observed quite a few similarities. In fact, I observed some of your similarities just now.
How so?
You are thoughtful and kind to everyone. In turn, you are well loved by all you meet. If there is any difference between you, I think it is only that you are still growing. You have a bright, limitless future ahead. It is my desire to support you in that future.
Vander, I
hope that I have not offended you. I wanted only to speak from the heart.
No, I'm happy you opened up to me like this. It's as you say, I've still got a lot to learn. If I grow enough, hopefully I'll become more like my mother. Someone people can count on.
I am certain that you can and will, Divine One. That is why I am here serving you.
As long as you're with me, guiding me, I can also feel certain that things will work out. Please continue to lend me your strength. Someday, when I'm stronger, I'll lend you mine.
Of course, Divine One.
Hello, Jade. Nice weather today.
Yes, Divine One. It is.
Did you see that sunset yesterday? Gorgeous.
Yes, it was. Divine One, we've been running into each other a lot lately, haven't we?
I suppose we have. I'm not bothering you, am I?
I think I know what's going on. You want to be nearby in case those bandits try to attack me again. Is that right?
Ah, I guess I didn't hide it very well.
I appreciate your concern, but I can handle them myself. You don't have to watch over me. I'm sure you have better things to do.
Well, I do have some free time that I could be enjoying right now. You wouldn't mind if I just relaxed around here for a while, would you? I know how strong you are, Jade. I'm not doing this because I think you can't handle it. I'm here because I want to help.
As you wish, Divine One.
Ivy, do you think maybe it's time we talked? Whatever you're feeling toward me, I'm prepared to listen. As allies, I'd like there not to be walls between us.
Very well. I am rather more comfortable around you now, so... I suppose it's time.
I'm glad to hear that. Can we start with why you seem to have such anger toward me?
I love you.
Huh?
I love you, Divine One. My feelings began long before I met you. Understand, I do not mean romantically. I adore you as a worshipper adores a deity.
But you looked so upset when you were staring at me before.
My deity was standing before me, in the flesh. I was nervous.
Oh.
Do you understand now?
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Like you as well, Ivy.
Yes. May I be excused?
Oh, yes, of course. And, I'm sorry.
We'll speak again later, Divine One.
Welcome. This is the interesting place that I mentioned to you before. My secret sanctum.
Whoa. I've never seen so many shelves full of stuff.
Yes, I collect odds and ends for my pursuits here in this place. Instructions for a culinary technique of my own devising. A map for a hike only I know. There is a manual of training techniques I wrote, next to a rock that I polished to a sparkle. And here are some balls of lint I've gathered for reasons even I don't quite understand. That should suffice for a summary. A detailed accounting would take hours. Just know every object here has helped me kill time. Feel free to handle whatever you like.
Thank you. What a treasure trove.
Once my work is done each day, I fill my evenings with these varied pursuits. As I enjoy them, I am always mindful to leave something unfinished for the next day. That ensures I always have a project, a reason to continue living.
Wow, so philosophical.
You truly think so? Well, thank you for enduring this frivolity. I hope I did not bore you.
What a thing to say. I'm not even done exploring in here yet.
You honor me. Take as much time as you like.
That's the most concerned I've ever seen you look, Diamant.
Oh, Divine One. I apologize. Didn't think anyone else was here.
What's that you're holding?
This is a medal my father gave me a while back. A commendation from the king.
From King Morian.
I was with our troops during an intense battle against Illusia. We found ourselves surrounded. We needed to make a quick retreat, so I took command out of sheer desperation. When we returned, Father gave me this medal. It felt like the first time he saw me as a leader, but occasionally, I wonder, was it my leadership that got us home? Or was it pure luck? Perhaps I didn't earn this.
So, even the Crown Prince of Brodia suffers through moments of self-doubt.
Sorry to shatter the illusion. To protect my country's reputation, I must insist you keep this conversation private.
Of course. You saw me in a vulnerable moment with that corrupted soldier, so let's call it even. But I will say one thing. Knowing that you do have a vulnerable side makes me feel a bit closer to you. Vulnerability isn't always a bad thing.
You're a peculiar leader, Divine One.
Your hair, Divine One. Is your style unique? Or is it common to all dragon fashion?
Now that you mention it, I have no idea. I don't actually know much about dragons.
It seems they are mysteries even to themselves.
I apologize. You have so many questions, and I have so few answers.
Not at all. I am happy merely to talk with you. In my homeland, it is the dragons of the East who are worshipped, rather than divine or fell. That is why I find you so very interesting.
I had no idea your people worshipped the dragons of the East. I'd love to know more about your homeland. What's it like?
It is part of the Queendom of Somme, but remote. There is not much contact with other regions. Our culture is unique and vibrant, but we are quite secluded.
Is that because your people want to protect their culture from outside influences?
Perhaps, yes. But they also lock it away. I may not seem it, but I was born to royalty. I was trained always to preserve my legacy. That meant always being home, thinking only of family. It was sad, never to step outside of that.
But now you fight with us for a cause you believe in. I'm sure your family is proud of you and the difference you're making in the world.
Maybe so. Did you have any other questions for me? I am happy to answer.
Oh, I sure do. We haven't even discussed the food in your homeland yet.
I see you're staring at me again, Divine One.
I was. Again. Sorry, I just can't help it.
You know I don't mind. It's pretty neat, in fact. That said, I can think of better ways for you to feel good than just admiring my confidence.
Such as?
100 laps around the Somniel.
Like, running?
Even I get stressed sometimes. And when I do, I always go for a run. As long as I'm running, my mind is empty. It's like I'm sweating out all my troubles.
Huh. Still, are 100 laps really necessary?
In my experience, yes. Anything less runs the risk of a few stray, lingering doubts. So, how about it? You interested?
Yes. I think.
Great! Let's get started.
You mean now?
No time like the present. Do you want to get confident or not?
I hadn't planned on running 100 laps today, but I guess it's worth a try. You're on, Etier. Let's go for a run!
Now you're talking!
Bullseye! That's good. I'll do 50 more just like that.
You really are skilled with the bow, you know that?
Diamant, how long have you been watching?
Long enough to see that archery is definitely one of your strengths.
Thank you. But there's still plenty of room for improvement. I need to train more. I want to grow stronger.
There it is. That's the right attitude. I knew my little brother had it in him.
Diamant, may I challenge you to an archery contest? If you have the time?
That sounds like my kind of fun. What's the challenge? Most bullseyes out of 10 wins?
That sounds good to me. Let's begin.
Alchrist, I'm shocked. I knew you were a skilled archer, but...
What are you talking about? You scored 9 over my miserable 8. I've been defeated. Heaping praise on your brother after soundly defeating him at his own contest? What a bully.
I'm not going to let my baby brother win. If you want to beat me, you have to beat me.
I should have expected nothing less from the Crown Prince of Brodia. I wish you knew how reassuring it is to have an older brother like you, Diamant. I'm lucky.
I'm lucky to have you as a brother too, Alchrist. No other challenger has ever been as skilled and polite as you, archer or otherwise.
I'll just have to train more and grow stronger. When I'm ready, I'll come looking for a rematch.
You're on. But be warned, my own training won't slow down. I'll be stronger as well.
I have no doubt that you will, Diamant. I'm behind you for now, but I will catch up. No, better than that. I'll surpass you, and whatever else happens, I will always protect you.
What was that last bit, Elchrist?
Just talking to myself. Don't worry.
Did you need something from me, Prince Elchrist? I see. You are pretending to ignore me.
I still refuse to forgive you. You know why. How else should I behave in the presence of someone who helped to murder my father?
I apologize for my part in your father's death.
You do?
I know an apology can't heal your wounds, or really achieve much at all, but we are now allies. I think it's important we find what common ground we can and meet each other halfway. That is why I'm taking this crucial first step. I am truly sorry about your father.
Princess Ivy, I used to fear your family and your country. I never dreamed we'd end up on the same side. Life is so unpredictable. It pushes us forward, ready or not. Holding on to past prejudices will only trip us up. From now on, I promise to do my best to find that common ground you mentioned.
Thank you. But you should know that staring is rude.
You're right. I apologize for being so careless. I won't let it happen again.
At least we're looking in the same direction. Perhaps better times lie ahead.
I'm not interested in playing your goofy games, Zelkov. Just tell me what you're after.
Why, Yunaka, what game do you think I am playing?
The stalking game, by the look of it. Don't act like you don't know the rulebook backwards.
So you've noticed, have you? How curious. You have the perceptive powers of a hunter. Do you perchance hunt for sport? Or for money? At last, the truth is written on your face. I'd suspected you made your trade in violence. That is why I've stalked you, as you put it. Suspicious persons ought to be observed.
Okay, I'll admit it. You've got some chops. Now, what say we rattle your brains around a bit and see what shakes out?
Oh my. Be gentle.
You've got the same killer instinct I do. It practically oozes from your pores. Like slime. So tell me, have we had similar careers?
That does appear to be the case.
Great. Well, let's not speak of it again, okay? My work is in the past. I'm happily retired.
I too have washed my hands of that life.
So we have that in common too, huh? Well, let's not make a thing of it. Look, here's me not making a thing. See ya.
What is the meaning of this sound, Princess Ivy?
Just a headache.
I hope you are not overworking yourself.
I'm fine, and there is no need to pretend you care. I know you are not fond of me.
Let me make this absolutely clear. My concern for your well-being is genuine. It is, after all, my responsibility. Yet, for some reason, it concerns you whether I have fond feelings toward you. So allow me to state it plainly. I do not have fond feelings toward you, Princess Ivy. I see such things as irrelevant. Whatever my sentiments may be, what matters is that you have my obedience.
What a curious thing for my own retainer to say. But that's relief. I don't like you either.
I will obey you regardless.
So good to hear. Is someone there? No one? Or a ghost? Please don't be a ghost. Please don't be a ghost.
Princess Ivy? It's okay. You're safe. I promise. Those shadows in the brush are just that. Simple shadows.
I was actually jumping at shadows? You're right. Not a ghost to be seen.
It isn't like you to misread foliage as an active threat. Is everything okay?
Please don't tell anyone about this. It cannot get out that the future ruler of Elusia was frightened by mere shrubbery, or even worse, that the Prince of Brodia had to come to her rescue.
Believe me, I understand. I won't say a word.
I am in your debt.
It seems you've been dealing with this fear for a while. Here, Princess Ivy. I'd like for you to have this.
What is it? Some kind of crystal?
It's a gem from one of Brodia's mines. It's said to bring courage to those who need it. Keep it as a good luck charm. Then you won't have anything to be afraid of.
Charity from Brodia is not going to do my royal image any favors.
Don't think of it as a tether to Brodia. This is just a simple gift from me to you. If it truly makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to keep it. I won't mind. Farewell.
Thank you, Prince Diamant. I didn't know such treasures could be found in Brodia.
Yes, I see it! Princess Ivy, dinner tonight shall be... vegetable stir-fry!
I see.
Your response is very underwhelming. Do you dislike stir-fry?
I don't have strong feelings about the menu.
Then what does it mean when your face wears this dubious look?
I am thinking. You have the ability to see the future. You never predict anything important, but your predictions are correct every single time.
Kind of you to notice.
It was not a compliment. I don't understand how you do it. I find it unsettling.
I am unsettling? Why?
You are an unknown quantity. I dislike unknown quantities.
You dislike me, Princess Ivy. We each have our tastes, I suppose, but this makes me sad. Wait, even if you do not like me, I like you enough for both of us, so there is no problem.
You are a strange one, Kagetsu.
There you are, there is your joy. To bring such joy to your face is at least some compensation for your dislike.
Done. It's done. Curses, what do I do now? How do I go on living?
Is something wrong, Zelkov? I can lend an ear if you wish to discuss whatever it is.
That is very kind of you, but I doubt you would truly understand.
Try me.
One of my pursuits has come to an end.
Oh, you're broken up over a hobby? I assumed it was something more serious.
The word hobby is insufficient to describe what is absolutely paramount to me.
I see. Apologies. Please, go on.
I had been nurturing a young bird. Her parents had abandoned her. She had not yet learned to fly. I took it upon myself to care for her. In doing so, I became something of a foster parent.
Aw, how adorable.
It is done now. She has gone.
She escaped?
She has left the nest, taken her rightful place among the clouds.
Pardon me, but isn't that a good thing?
Yes, it was my intention from the start. Indeed, as an instructor, I am proud to see her fly away all on her own. But as a father, I am consumed by loss. Do you understand my problem now, Citrine? Do you have a solution for me?
I could purchase a similar-looking bird for you to care for. Or hire a search party.
No, that won't do.
In that case, there likely isn't much I can do.
I understand. In that case, I will take up no more of your time. This will be my burden to bear.
I'm sorry, Zelkov. I wish there was something I could do to help.
Hey, Amber. I'm ready to talk about that secret potion incident.
Oh, right! I can't wait to hear what I said.
So, you said you're grateful to me and you respect me. An extreme amount, apparently.
Is that all? Aw, you knew that stuff already.
True. You're not shy about that. You've gone out of your way to save me many times. But there was something else you said. Something about how, if it weren't for me, you would probably be on an alpaca ranch?
Yeah, that checks out. My family owns an alpaca ranch back home. That's all my hometown has, alpacas and cliffs. To become a big hero, I knew I'd have to leave. You opened a path for me to become that hero as your retainer. That's why I'm so grateful.
I see. Well, it's a shame that secret potion is gone, but at least it wasn't a total loss. I was a bit embarrassed in the moment, but I got to hear your deepest, truest feelings.
Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed too, but I'm glad I got a chance to share my appreciation. Was that it? Did I say anything else?
Now that you mention it, there was one last thing before you snapped out of it. You said you thought I was the greatest, but trailed off before explaining why. What were you going to say after that?
That's a tough one. I do think you're really great, Prince Diamant, for lots of reasons. I'm not sure what the deepest, truest reason is. Can I think about this for a while?
Please do.
Prince Diamant, I must see your skill. Let us duel.
A duel? Sounds like fun. I don't believe we've had a proper sparring match yet, have we?
You are easy to convince. Good.
You like to train, right? I have a pretty rigorous routine myself. I just got done sprinting up and over 3 local mountains. A duel sounds like a nice cooldown.
Mountains? 3 mountains?
All right, Kagetsu. Give me everything you've got.
I cannot.
What? Why?
Much as I long to challenge you, it would not do to face you in this state. It would not be satisfying to win merely because you are tired.
So you won't challenge me unless I'm fresh out of bed? A win is a win, so let's duel.
No, I cannot allow it. I have been raised to prize honor above victory. That is my homeland's way. Win or lose, it is essential to uphold standards of dignity and fairness. We must be like cherry blossoms, blooming only at appropriate times.
Ah, I see. That is an admirable philosophy. Let's consider our duel postponed.
Thank you. I know it was I who extended this invitation. I appreciate your understanding.
I'll make sure I'm rested and at full strength next time. I won't hold anything back.
Excellent. I look forward to this fine contest.
When I was little, Queen Lumera gave me flowers for my birthday. They were these real pretty white flowers. I couldn't tell you what they were called.
Windflowers, most likely. Queen Lumera was especially passionate about growing them.
Windflowers. I'll have to remember that.
Queen Lumera once made a gift of windflowers for me as well.
Oh, was it your birthday too?
No, there was nothing special about the occasion.
Oh. Maybe it was her way of saying, "Good work, my loyal retainer."
Perhaps. Such gestures were typical of our queen. The garden where she tended her windflowers was trampled into mud during the battle. Thinking about it now, I wish I had spent more time with the queen.
Well, we all have regrets. Nothing to do with them but keep moving forward. It's up to us now to keep our people safe, just like Queen Lumera used to.
So, this is Solm. It's very... sandy.
The Queendom's land is covered in deserts. I believe this one is called Tula. And as you've no doubt noticed, it's much hotter than Elusia. I fear I may melt.
What now, Divine One?
We'd better head straight to the palace. I just hope the hounds haven't gotten there first.
During my time in Elusia, the 4 hounds did pay a few visits to Solm, but they came back empty-handed each time, so I expect the palace is unharmed.
Thanks, Ivy. Pretty handy having an enemy as a friend.
I will choose to take that as a compliment.
Which emblem ring was entrusted to Solm?
The Radiant Hero. Said to be among the most powerful. Needless to say, it would be quite a boon.
Sounds like exactly what we need right now. Let's get going. Let's see. Which way to the palace again?
Divine One, I believe we passed that enormous rock earlier.
What? Really? All this terrain looks the same to me.
I wish I could help. My knowledge of Solmic geography comes only from maps. Wait a moment. Prince Alfred, Prince Diamant, your nations are allied with Solm. Haven't you gone to the palace before?
I did, but quite a long time ago. I don't remember the way.
I traveled from Firene. I've got no clue how to get there from Elusia.
So none of us knows where to go. All right, I'll say it. We're lost.
I'm afraid so. We can't afford to waste time. I wonder if there's a landmark to go by.
Hey, you don't look like you're from around here. What's with the outfits? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, but I took one look and thought to myself, self, they are lost.
And, who are you?
Who am I? I'm the guy, here to keep the peace in Tula Desert. Call me Fogato, yeah? As captain of the Sentinels, it's my duty to help people in need. You find folks need a hand, just let me know.
Thanks for that. As for myself, I'm the Divine Dragon, from Lethos.
Wait, yo? You're telling me the Divine Dragon is here, in my desert? No kidding?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
You weren't. There's no need to be formal with me.
Didn't expect you to be casual. That's cool. But hey, what brings you all out to my piece of the world?
We're on our way to Solm Palace, but we don't know how to get there.
This is your lucky day. Come on, just follow me. If I know how to get anywhere, it's the palace.
You don't mind?
Of course I don't. You know what's out there? Sand, as far as the eye can see. And I would rather you not have to deal with that. Lucky we met, huh?
Thank you, Fogato. We appreciate your help.
Don't sweat it. Oh, you know what? I do have a quick errand to take care of first.
An errand? What kind of errand?
More of a mission. See, not too long ago, these freaky creatures started appearing everywhere. As captain of the Sentinels, when I get a report about a problem in the desert, I take care of it. Sorry about this. You have a sit, and I'll take you to the palace right after I'm done.
Actually, why don't we come with you? We can help.
Well, that'd be great. My friends went ahead of me. Let's go meet up with them. The problem's even worse than I expected. Hey, there they are! Pentrea! Brunei!
Fogato, you're late. I was starting to think you wanted us to die out here.
With any further delay, these creatures would have made a meal of us.
Sorry about that, fellas. But hey, I brought help.
Help? What do you mean, help?
Oh, Pandreo, my pious friend. This is really gonna blow your mind.
Hello? I'm the Divine Dragon. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's the Divine Dragon! The Divine Dragon?! Hang on! What were you thinking, bringing the Divine Dragon here?
That hair. Like 2 scoops of sorbet swirling together in the desert heat.
Hey, save it for the kitchen. That's a deity you're talking about.
I knew this would get you too fired up. Divine One, these are my Sentinel friends. What do you say? Ready to handle a mission with us?
Ready.
Help! Help!
All right, let's do this thing, Sentinels. And, guests.
Finally! Time to get this party started! Ow,
I will serve up a most deadly dish.
Before I forget, watch out for those patches of quicksand. That stuff will really slow you down.
Here goes. I won't forget you.
As you wish. I won't miss! I can't believe I did that.
Okay.
Yanaka here.
I will obey.
My will is firm.
I won't lose.
All right. Talk about a good time.
I'll dish it out.
Divine One, it's such an honor. Please, use my abilities as you see fit. I can use my staff to warp you or an ally somewhere far away on the battlefield.
Here we go.
Another kill for me.
I'm still alive? Huh.
Just how I like it. I'd rather be friends.
Understood.
Allow me.
Unforgivable.
Victory is mine.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice going. You really showed him what the Divine Dragon can do. Now, to Solm Palace. Stay close. I'd hate for you to split off and get lost. Again.
Thanks, Fogado.
This ought to be interesting. It's been years since I visited the palace.
Years? I thought Solm and Firene had a good relationship.
Our countries are allies, sure, but that doesn't mean our families are close-knit. In fact, out of Solm's whole royal family, my mother and I have only met Queen Sephoria.
What? No one else?
Nope. Not the royal consort, not the crown princess, and not her brother the prince.
That's strange.
I never met them either.
Same thing happened to you, huh?
I may have forgotten the way to the palace, but I remember well what happened there. It was a strange scene. The queen received us alone, with no one attending her. When we asked to meet the princess and prince, she told us they weren't there.
She told us the exact same thing. I asked when they'd be back, and she said, no idea. It didn't make sense. If you're royalty, you can't leave your castle whenever you like. I got the feeling she was hiding them from us. But why? Were they sick or shy?
Shy? That would surprise me. Everyone we've met here has been so friendly.
The Queen is too. There are just some things about the royal family that don't add up. Let's be on guard, all right?
Got it.
We're here, Sohm Palace. Now all that's left is asking those guards to open the gate.
Thanks for leading the way, Fogado. I don't know how we'd have gotten here without you.
Of course. Just another day in the life of a Sentinel.
I'll be sure to commend you to the Queen. Anyway, now we'd better be on our way. Huh? Fogado? What are you doing?
Talking to the guards. What else?
Does he have a meeting with the Queen as well?
Beats me. Maybe he's here on some kind of Sentinel business.
Fogado, wait for us!
Hey, I'm home!
Home?
Welcome back, Prince Fogado.
I'll open the gate.
Yes, let the gate be open!
Prince. Did that guard say prince?
Unless we misheard him. In exactly the same way.
Thanks for waiting, folks.
Fogado, we're a little confused. Are you the Prince of Sohm?
Did I not mention that?
No, you didn't.
Whoops, egg meat face. Right, let me do this properly. I'm Fogado, Captain of the Sentinels, and the Prince of Sohm. Welcome to my family's palace. Come on in. You wanted to meet Mom, right? Mom! Visitors!
What is happening?
I didn't realize he was royalty.
Prince personally going on patrols. Not something you see every day.
I wonder why we never met him before. He doesn't seem sick. He's certainly not shy.
It's a mystery. Anyway, let's head in. Don't want to keep Prince Fogado waiting.
Stolen, miserable, torn apart from your friends. How delicious.
Lady Vale.
Zephyr, tell me, what are the Divine Dragon's forces up to?
They passed through the Shadowy Moor. It appears they've arrived in Solm.
So they did not return to Brodia. They're gathering more rings. Good.
Can we go after them, Lady Vale? I'm itching for a rematch.
Patience, Marnie. If we wait, we can steal Solm's ring from them along with the others.
Oh, smart. I'll be a good girl and wait then.
You are a treasure, Marnie.
Isn't she just? The pride of the Four Hounds.
You two really heap on the praise. That's why I love ya.
You're such a child. Praise is for chumps. It's much more fun to be punished.
Worry not, Chris. You will soon have all the agony your heart could want.
That's what I like to hear. The perks of the gig right there.
And you, Mavir? How would you like to be rewarded?
Nothing for me, my lady.
You won't even say my name. How cold. That's all right. For now, we wait. We watch. And then, when the time comes...
Lady Vale?
I've been awake for too long. I must sleep. Here are your instructions. Zephyr, take charge.
As you wish.
Hey.
Hello.
Do you think me a worthy opponent?
I am Diamant. Prepare yourself. Careless! I can learn much from your strength.
Lucky, I suppose.
Meditation complete.
Ivy, Crown Princess of Illusia.
My defense! This isn't funny enough to write about.
Hey, relax. Let's take it easy.
Let's fight so hard that we start a legend. I'm crushed, but you look really cool.
That was fun. Thanks.
No holding back.
I'm Lynn. Get ready.
I am the Divine Dragon.
Victory is yours, but I won't lose next time.
Somehow, I won.
Don't go thinking I'm some wishy-washy noble. I'm stronger than I look.
I never thought you seemed weak to begin with. I'd be nowhere without you, Lynn. Let's have a good match.
I'm Tiki, of the Divine Dragon Tribe. I can't hurt, no! no more.
Somehow, I won.
Isn't it funny? We're both divine dragons, but your hair is different colors. I love it.
Why, thank you, Tiki. Your hair is very pretty, too. The green gives you a rather mystical air. No holding back.
I'm Hector, and I won't hold back!
You're as strong as I expected.
You've been making some great progress out there. Your skills have really improved.
Only because I've been trying to keep up with you. I still have a lot to learn. I'll be your opponent.
I am Soren, of the Grail Mercenaries. Your tactics worked.
Somehow, I won. Your battle strategy is always so calm and logical. I should probably try to think that way.
We each have things we are and are not suited for. Calm rationale may not be yours.
Let's have a good match.
I am Edelgard, Princess of the Adrestian Empire.
You're as strong as I expected. I'm having a hard time deciding which weapon truly suits me. How did you choose?
Well, the hero's relic passed down in my family was a lance. I suppose it was decided for me.
Ah, the breeze, the smell, so much like home.
Home? Do you mean the world you're from?
Yes. This place is just like the Sakai Plains. That's where I was born. I remember their beauty well. When I was young, those plains seemed to stretch forever.
It truly is wonderful scenery. And the wind is so pleasant.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. even if this is not my true homeland. We woke at dawn and tended to our cattle, caught game, and slept when the sun set. That was every day of my life growing up on the plains. But it didn't last forever.
Can you tell me what happened?
The Lorca tribe, my people, were attacked by vicious bandits. They killed so many of us. The bandits were cowardly. They poisoned our drinking water, then attacked in the chaos.
That's terrible.
Yes, but the Sakai Plains are our motherland and have always blessed us with their bounty. It is a place I love deeply, though it holds many painful memories. Enough mourning. The sense of this place is exciting me. Ready your sword. I'll show you the true skill of a Lorca tribe warrior.
I can't wait. You won't beat me easily, though. I've overcome so many hardships in my life. And more will come, I'm sure.
But our bond will grow stronger with this fight, as will my power. So whatever you do, don't hold back. Are you ready? Then come at me! Attack with everything you've got!
I can hear the voices of enemy forces in those tents. We should attack them, quickly!
I'll protect you. I can't believe I did that.
I love it.
Power blooms in me.
Yes.
All right.
Whatever you need.
Tell me where.
Anything.
Understood.
Let's pray.
Understood.
They're cooked.
Whoops!
No, no!
You're dead.
I had to stop you.
I'll go first. Dropped your guard. That was a cinch!
Remember this.
I won't forget this.
Incineration.
Such ephemeral life.
Time to pray.
And so your tale ends.
Glad we met.
I will not forget your loss.
There!
Sleep now.
Here we go. Was that too much?
I had no choice but to win.
We could have been friends. Yeah.
Allow me.
I hope this is enough. I can't believe I did that.
I am guided by the emblems.
One less foe.
I'm not going to just stand around. I'll have at them too. I won't be holding back. I'll go first.
I'll do my best.
Allow me.
Oh! These plains, the green land, the wind, they raised me to be strong. And you?
I'm still improving, but I have gained strength during our journey.
I'm glad to hear you're feeling stronger, but I won't be holding back.
I'll go first.
Here we go! You're very good. Wow, you beat me soundly. You're very strong.
And you were as skilled as I expected. Very powerful, too. I wonder if I could be like you. If I grew up on the plains, I mean.
Perhaps. I learned to fight out here, but I learned more when I met Eliwood and Hector. We traveled long and far together. Sometimes we compete with one another, just like this. They helped me to learn of justice and courage, and they gave me the strength to trust others. And that strength has made me who I am today.
When I woke, I had no memories and no one I felt I could rely on. But now I have so many friends around me to teach me about the world and about myself. I hope that at the end of my journey, I'll be as strong as them. And you.
You'll definitely become much stronger. I'm sure of it. Of course, I'll help too.
Thank you, Lynn.
Well done!